Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome again to my bathroom. I'm going to do another one of these get ready / get unready with me routines. I previously did a get unready with me routine where I took you through my nighttime skincare routine and you guys seem to have really liked it. And in a recent video, I actually asked if you would like to see a sunscreen demonstration, like how I apply sunscreen, how much sunscreen is enough. I asked if you guys wanted to see that video and I got an overwhelmingly positive response that yes, I want to see that video. So here we are. I'm going to show you exactly how much sunscreen I apply, how I apply it, everything like that. So my face is currently clean right now. I just cleansed with my Crave Beauty Matcha Hemp Hydrating Cleanser with my Luna Mini 2 from Foreo. If you want to see how I use the Luna Mini 2 to cleanse my skin, I will link down below my Get Unready With Me routine where I demonstrate how I use the Luna Mini 2. But for today's video, I just really wanted to focus on this like topical application of sunscreen. So for that reason, I'm just drying my hands because they were wet. So for that reason, I'm not going to show you how I cleanse. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is actually hydrate my skin. Normally, I don't usually go in with something underneath my sunscreen because the way that the FDA tests sunscreen to get the advertised SPF value that you see on the bottle is on clean, bare skin, and then they apply the sunscreen on top. So there's some controversy about whether or not you should be applying skincare underneath or over top of your sunscreen because that could limit the efficacy of the sunscreen to operate. But life is short. My skin is dry and so I need a little bit of extra help to help hydrate my skin. And so the serum that I've been using every single morning is the Viva Urea 5% and Niacinamide 5% Rosewater Serum. I have talked about this so many times and made it into my Best of Beauty video, which is saying a lot because it came into my life at the end of last year. But this is just a really beautiful serum, and as I talk to you about it, I'm going to apply it. So I just apply one pump to the back of my hand, and yes, my hands are clean. And then I take a little bit and I apply some to my cheeks, forehead, nose, chin, not saying these things in order, neck, and then I just kind of gently rub it in. But what I really like about this serum is that it's so deeply hydrating because it has, hyaluronic acid, it has glycerin, it has urea. All of these are three really amazing humectants that draw moisture to the skin, draw water to the skin to really hydrate the skin. This also contains niacinamide, which is a really fantastic antioxidant. Oh, I'm out of focus. There we go. Really fantastic antioxidant. It also reduces hyperpigmentation. I don't know if you can tell, but I broke out right here because of hormones. And so this has actually been really helping to fade that hyperpigmentation that I had on my chin. So thank you, Viva. I do have a discount code for this product / for anything on their website. I think it actually expires today when this video goes live. So if you want to try this serum, give it a shot. Use my discount code Kaya20 for 20% off. I don't know if the code expires today or if it expired yesterday when the video goes up, but either way, I would absolutely pay full price for this because just the result that it has on my skin is so gorgeous. And by the way, it also comes in a mini size. So full size, mini size. Both of them are great. So now we're going to get onto the actual sunscreen application. Now there are a number of ways that people apply sunscreen, but I have found the way that works best for me is called the 2-finger rule. Now the 2-finger rule is actually something that I discovered through sunscreen literature. So like a lot of dermatologists recommend applying sunscreen in this manner. On Instagram, however, I have seen people do the 3-finger rule, and let me just quickly explain what this is, because if you don't know what it is, it's not gonna make a lot of sense. So what it basically is you take your sunscreen and you apply I don't know how to do this, you apply a strip like this and like this. I guess I only need 2 fingers. Like this and like this from, this crease right here to the tip of your finger. On both fingers is the amount of sunscreen that you need to apply to your entire face. I am personally not sure if that includes your neck. I do not include my neck in that measurement. I go in with the second application for my neck. I use the 2-finger rule for my entire face. However, on Instagram, I have seen people do the 3-finger rule where they, apply the same amount of sunscreen but to 3 fingers and then they apply it to their face. I'm assuming they also apply it to their neck as well because that's a lot. Like the other day, I applied the 3-finger rule to just my face, and frankly it was just a lot of sunscreen, and I felt like it wasn't entirely necessary. Like, yes, you want to apply sunscreen liberally, but I felt like it was just too much. So this is the Crave Beauty The Beach Shield, which is one of my absolute holy grail sunscreens. Yes, it is a sunscreen. It doesn't say anywhere on here that's a sunscreen, but it is a sunscreen. It's an SPF 50 with like a bunch of PA pluses. I'm not sure how many, but this is my favorite sunscreen for when the weather is cold and dry, because it has a really beautiful texture, and it also leaves a really beautiful kind of like satiny, dewy finish on the skin. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm going to do the 2-finger rule, like so. So this is how much sunscreen I apply, 2 fingers worth. And then what I do from here is I take my other hand and I start applying it to my face. And some areas get more love than others, that's okay. So this is not like a hard and fast rule. Like, I guess if you have like a really big face and really skinny fingers, then this wouldn't make sense for you. But this is a great general guideline to tell you how much sunscreen you need to be putting on. So as you can see, it's a lot. Like, it's kind of a lot of sunscreen, and it's definitely more than I would say the average person applies, because people tend to apply sunscreen in like dime size or quarter size amounts, and it's just simply not enough. So I'm gonna start blending this in, and you can see like I'm not rubbing super hard on my skin, because the second my skin starts to turn really red, I know that I'm rubbing too hard. So I try to be very gentle with my skin. I'm just, right now what I'm doing is I'm spreading the sunscreen out into an even layer. And I apologize that I'm looking at my camera's like viewfinder up there, but I don't have a mirror. I mean, I do have a mirror, it's right there, but I don't want to turn around and not face you. So I'm just gently rubbing it in order to spread the sunscreen evenly. And you can see I hit my under eyes, I hit the area where I see like crow's feet could develop. I get a little bit of my eyelid. I don't go on my eyelid though, because that's a bad idea. So you can see the sunscreen is not blended in at all. It doesn't look good. I would not step out of the house looking like this. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start gently doing little circular motions to buff it into the skin. Now here's a caveat, is that you don't want to buff too much, because then what you do is you start applying it to your hand. And you know, decrease the sunscreen's efficacy. But we start to work it into the skin a little bit more. Already I can tell that it's, you know, absorbing into the skin really nicely. And as soon as I see that there's no more like obnoxious white cast, I stop. Because you don't want to sit there and rub the sunscreen in like an incredible amount, because then you're just kind of undoing everything that you just did. So you just stop when you see there's no more white cast. Your skin is going to look a little bit dewy if you're using this sunscreen, but that goes away after it dries a little bit. This is quite like a wet formulation. It's like condensed milk, and so it takes like a minute for the sunscreen to dry, but like my face looks fine. Like, I would absolutely leave the house looking like this. So that is how I apply sunscreen to my face. But we're not done. If you watched my video about shocking skincare mistakes that you may be making that you need to ditch in 2020, you know that I said that you cannot neglect your neck. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna apply sunscreen to our neck. However, I don't use this particular sunscreen on my neck for really no good reason. I prefer using like a body sunscreen or like a really big sunscreen for my neck area. I apply some sunscreen to my neck, and also, since I'm wearing this top today, gonna apply it to my chest. So just like we applied the sunscreen to the face, we're going to start buffing it in. Now this sunscreen that I'm using is the Roche Posay Anthelios XL Comfort formulation. It's a lotion. I don't know how this differs from the normal La Roche Posay sunscreen. And that's it. So as you can see, it's really not that scary. It's really not that much. You know, with sunscreen application, I want to tell you that like imperfect application is better than no application. So if you're going to apply sunscreen, aim to do what I do, aim for the 2 or 3 finger rule. But if you absolutely cannot do it for whatever reason, then, you know, imperfect sunscreen application is much better than no application at all. So just wear a teeny bit of sunscreen if you are trying to debate between, you know, wearing sunscreen and not wearing sunscreen at all. Just wear a little bit. It will not protect your skin at all from, you know, total UV damage, but it's going to protect your skin a tiny bit. So that's why I really stress the importance of finding a sunscreen that really works for you. Because if you find a sunscreen that you love and that you really believe in, that you really love the texture of, the scent of, you know, the application of, the finish it has on your skin, you're way more likely to use it enough. So that's my story with like the Crave Beauty Beach Shield, is that I love the sunscreen, I love the finish that it has, and so I'm okay with using a lot of it on my face because it doesn't feel gross, it doesn't smell gross, it doesn't make my skin look gross. Okay, something that I get a lot of questions about is deodorant. Kaya, do you use natural deodorant? Do you think aluminum is dangerous? Blah, blah, blah. So my answer is, I don't have an answer for you. I personally don't know. However, last year, I want to say in like August or September, I made the switch from aluminum antiperspirant to deodorant with no aluminum in it. I hate the word natural, like I hate the word natural. It's BS, it doesn't mean anything, so I'm not gonna call it like a natural deodorant, but technically the way the public sees it, this is a natural deodorant that I use. So I don't know if I believe in the whole narrative that aluminum causes breast cancer or it's an endocrine hormone disruptor. Like, I don't know for sure. And I'm not gonna sit here and be ignorant to justify the personal decision that I made to switch to an aluminum-free deodorant. But I will tell you that if you're in the market for a really fantastic deodorant that does not have aluminum in it, the Briogeo Be Well deodorant is so good. It is a stick, so you don't have to get your fingers dirty trying to dig product out of a jar or anything. I absolutely hate that. I hate jar packaging. But this comes with like a little twist up. It's like a normal deodorant. Like you just like twist it up and apply it to your underarms. Really simple. It does not keep me dry, but it does eliminate odor completely. I am not like a super smelly human being in general, but I do find that when I was going completely deodorant free, like not wearing anything under my arms, like I could smell myself a little bit because it was like hot outside and it was really humid and I was sweating a little bit. After I started using this, like I feel like this works just as well as a normal antiperspirant with aluminum in it. So I wholeheartedly love this deodorant. It's actually my second bottle. I've gotten my mom on this train too, and she loves it as well. So if you're looking for like a natural deodorant, this is the best one in my opinion. Okay, so I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. I really hope you guys found this helpful, and I hope that in 2020 you start wearing enough sunscreen to accurately get protection for your skin. And also comment down below if you are applying enough sunscreen. Like after watching this video, are you like, I kind of maybe don't apply enough sunscreen? Or are you like, yeah, I definitely do apply enough sunscreen, I'm in the clear. So let's talk about sunscreen in the comments down below. And also, if you have any great sunscreen recommendations, I know you guys have been leaving me a ton of recommendations for sunscreens on my other videos, but comment down below anyway with what your favorite sunscreen is, because I think a lot of people find it helpful, especially if you also comment with your skin type. So skin type and favorite sunscreen, comment down below to help other people out if they're looking for their perfect sunscreen. Okay, so that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching and spending this time with me. Have a beautiful week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!